blood flowing through our veins. Sitting in the bleachers in the rain. We've shed a million tears and drank as many old-style beers out at the game. Let's go, Cubby, Son Ranto.
Michael Cotton.
Son Ranto.
Michael Cotton.
Son Ranto and the lovable Lucy.
Mucho Scali.
Son Ranto.
Michael.
Son Ranto.
Cotton.
Son Ranto and the lovable Lucy.
Michael Cotton.
Son Ranto.
Mucho Scali.
Son Ranto!
Oh, yeah, baby. That was a good one.
Baby.
I felt that in my anus.
Oh.
Welcome to the Son Ranto Show.
Well, it came out of my anus, so there you go.
Sounded like that too.
Everyone heard that in Uranus or at Uranus.
Yeah.
All the
On the
way
pla-
out to
on the
Uranus.
I believe it's Uranus, Michael. Quit being childish. Welcome to the Son Ranto Show. My name is Danny Rocket. We are on the Bleacher Bunch Productions, and we're brought to you by all of our Patreon supporters who support us at patreon.com/bleacherbunch. There are 103 of you. Thank you for being a part of it. If you'd like to find out about it, just go to patreon.com/bleacherbunch. But wait, first of all, I want to say thank you to Matt Kammerer and Permanent Paintings because he is hard at work at a Ranter Fest logo for 2025. And Matt Kammerer is just the tits. And look, all this art all over my wall. I've been hanging it up. You see, I got my background going now. I got my Javi up. I got some obvious shirt stuff going too. I got the John Baker over here.
Javi, Nagila, Javi, Nagila, hey, hey.
Hasn't it been fun watching him play? Again?
It really is.
God.
Yeah. But
I'm
we'll get
so
to that.
glad that he is back. Yeah, we'll get into it. We definitely have to talk some Javi because
But yeah,
he's been wonderful this year.
I see your Caitlin Clark as well, Michael. Your Caitlin Clark.
Very, very rare Caitlin
limited
Clark.
edition, taken down by the law. And
That's even though there were never this many made, that is number 69 out of 100.
Nice. Yeah. Nice. And I also want to thank In the Clutch Shirts. Today is Billy DeVore's birthday from In the Clutch Shirts.
Oh, yeah. Look.
Happy birthday, Billy.
Oh, you're wearing one. I'm sure I have one on underneath this hoodie, but I'm in a basement. It's just always cold down here.
And nobody wants to have Danny accidentally pull up both shirts, and then we have to see his man boobs.
Yeah.
Those shirts hide them. You don't know that Danny has man boobs, but he does. They're enormous.
Well, you know, and when we had Billy on the other a couple weeks ago, we were talking about different things, and Billy said that the In the Clutch Shirts actually has like a thicker version. Like you can add, like some of the shirts have an option. You get a thicker version, and it hides all those things that some shirts like to crawl into and hug. So,
I know. I was wondering if he's going to go next level and add another, like where there's like Spanx built into it, so it just sucks you in, or even like the ab like thing, like where the shirt's tight but it has fake abs sewn into the shirt.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Or how about those beach shirts where it just looks like you have awesome abs?
Yeah.
Here's the thing I've never understood about shirts. They like to do horizontal lines all the time. I have one shirt. It's a Bears polo, and it has orange on the sides, but it's going down. I put that damn thing on. I totally look 20 pounds lighter. It just the way that the lines go, it totally makes you look as if like you're in shape.
Like it erases your love handles.
Yeah, and I'm like, why are we not doing this with all of our shirts? Like, I don't know.
Well,
That's
not
gonna be the
everybody
next
has
Son Ranto
love
shirt.
handles. just
Speak
the
for
three of us.
yourself.
I am. Well, I'm one of the people who have them, and
I'm the lovable loose ears for a reason.
I also have many a In the Clutch shirt, and they are comfortable, and we thank them for sponsoring this program. I also want to thank our super duper ranters, Blake Beard and Rogue Wave Creative. You guys are awesome. And I want to wish everybody a happy 6-9 Eve. Tomorrow is June 9th, 6-9. So this is 6-8, 6-9 Eve. And I don't know. I mostly celebrate on the eve with the family. We open 6-9 presents on 6-9 Eve.
Right.
And then the 6-9 fairy, who you don't want to know about that guy. He comes.
I thought that was your nickname in high school, wasn't it?
Well, yeah. I only dressed up as a 6'9" fairy. I'm not the real 6'9" fairy, but I've been known to. But anyway,
I heard Nostradamus might be actually. There's rumors.
There's a lot of rumors about Cubs-Tigers.
There's rumors.
So anyway, happy 6-9 Eve to everybody. Tomorrow's the big day. And
in the eve of 6-9 is the awkward part. It's kind of like when you're crawling over each other and showing each other your buttholes and kind of like, you know what I mean? So it's really just like, you're like, is this going to be sexy? Because I'm about to do the unsexy right now.
Right. Yeah. It's when you're having the conversation. Okay, I'm going this way. You're going that way. Like, what are we doing?
Right. Is there a good way to do it? Maybe you just you enter like this rather than the flip over. Like yeah, right. I gotcha. Thanks, Mike. I learned something.
So I'm thinking we should start the show. I mean, no, we've already started it with a Bleacher Bum Bible verse, and from Michael's
right there.
We're on the clock. I know we're kibitzing right now, but we are on the clock. The game starts.
The game starts now. We got an hour. We got 1 hour, then the first pitch. But I'm going to play some music from Scooby-Doo while you some organ music from Scooby-Doo while you read it. Are you down with that? Okay, cool.
Sure. So because there are only 69 Bible verses in this book, this is going to be the last time I can do one for the day. It's 6-8. So let's do number 68 from your hymnal. This is from Song of Songs 7:12. Let us go out early to the vineyards and see whether the vines have budded, whether the grape blossoms have opened, and the pomegranates are in bloom. There I will give you my love. Springtime at Wrigley Field. The faithful all gather as the vines on the old red brick bud and blossom into the beautiful green backdrop of baseball. Each year, both love and leaves return to the old ballpark tucked away on the north side of Chicago.
Oh, very nice. And,
hey, what you know, I've watched a lot of baseball, but my eyes haven't locked in, or I just haven't thought about it. What is the state of the ivy right now, Danny?
It's in full bloom. It's all the way
beautiful. Full bloom green, yeah.
It really is. Like it looks great right now. I mean, it's
lost the first ball on the last home.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's not at the part yet where like anytime an outfielder hits it, like there's like things flying and like 5 rats run out and like
right.
Some of Andre Dawson's leftover hair from back in the 80s that
right
just starts flying out of there.
Ronnie Woo Woo peeks out to see what just happened.
Yeah, exactly.
A couple of dead seagulls in there.
Yeah, dead seagulls and a rotted hot dog. Bleacher Jeff's eye boogers. Yeah. So that was beautiful, and it is true. Like June is Juning, and June is busting out all over June
is busting out all over.
I love that song. That's the oldie. Yeah. Well, that's got a lot of good shows. That's Carousel. By Rodgers and Hammerstein. Yeah. What's your favorite song from Carousel? Let's
get into
this instead of
there might be a little soliloquy that I love. But it's just too much. It's overdone.
Is that the Carousel we're talking about?
Girl.
I'd love to hear Danny Rocket sing soliloquy. Y'all.
Pink and white as peaches and cream. the end is so beautiful and powerful.
You played Billy Bigelow, didn't you?
I did not. I played Enoch Snow.
You did? That's right. You did play Enoch Snow.
I'm not typecasted. Enoch's got a stick up his butt.
Yeah.
So, Musical Sunday. Dominic's here. I forgot to mention this, too. #Chance in the chat, and you can win a Frank Chance postcard sent to you by me with a message of love and doom. Chris Salato's here saying it. Bill Sugas. Chris Solano's also saying things like "We love kids." So I don't know. He must still be up from last night. Alex is here.
Where did that come from, Chris?
I was talking about Danny's boobs. It's earlier in the conversation.
Oh, okay.
See,
Josh
Danny's
is here.
calling him out of context and making him look like a drunk when he was actually responding to something we were saying. Don't let them talk to you like that, Chris.
So we're going to talk about these games in Detroit. We're going to talk about the Phillies that are coming in, and then we're going to give a spin to the Bill Sugas bitch clock in Act 2 here right before the game. And get bitching because, well, I'll share it later. But it seems, because I looked at the old bitch clock topics, and almost every single one of the things that were on the last bitch clock have been solved, proving that
the bitch clock matters.
Works. It matters and it works.
Bitch clock matters.
So we've won. We've won a game, and we've lost a game in Detroit. And let's talk about the loss first. First of all, this has nothing to do with baseball yet once again, but facing Tariq Skubal reminds me of, those guys that would come to your junior high and talk to you about what to do and what not to do if you want to have a good life, and they'd just be some old guy. We had multiple of them. One guy actually had a hole in his throat. He had a tracheotomy, and we all had to line up and
get the scared straight guys.
Yes, and we got a flashlight, and we had to look down this guy's throat, and he'd be like, ah, and we'd be like, ah, and then you're like, I already smoke. Like I'm 13, I already was buying cigarettes.
No, thank you. Looking down somebody's throat.
We had to do it.
I don't really want to look down anybody's throat through any orifice. Like, if I can see the inside of a throat, I just don't want to see it. Like, I just don't want to be a part of that.
Well, one of your eyes does. Anyway, moving on.
So, anyway, there was another guy that did not have a hole in his throat, but he was blind, and his name was Sammy Scoble, the blind skier, and he owned a hot dog stand. And not only was he a skier, he also
cooked hot dogs.
Oh. Yeah, I really want to hang out with this guy.
Well, he's dead. I'm pretty sure he was old when he came in the 80s. He'd be 120 years old right now because he probably looked like in the 80s.
He probably died out skiing. He probably skied down the hill.
Oh, and he has herpes simplex 1 too.
He does.
And ran directly into his hot dog cart at the bottom at about 50 miles per hour.
Ass first.
So anyway, I have to get
idea how to put the skis on. Just riding down the hill backwards.
Yeah.
I can't believe it, but they have this was in Mount Prospect, Illinois, that this hot dog place was, and they have the shirt available somewhere. I don't know if this is vintage, but it's this. I do.
That's awesome.
Your tits would look amazing in that shirt.
He was a roller derby guy, and there he is roller derbying, and I think he's the guy in the middle. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't he look like he's blind while roller derbying? Like, I had always assumed that he lost his sight eventually.
Right.
It was progressive, but he looks blind in this picture while he's roller derbying, which that's quite the feat if you're roller derbying blind.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. I mean, but we have a lot of umpires that umpire blind, so we see them.
Exactly.
We've seen
this one yesterday for sure.
Well, anyway, I just wanted to bring up that every time I hear them say Tariq Skubal, I think of Sammy Scoble and the blind skier who came to my school, which also reminds me of the guy who we had to look down his throat. Which it just like floods me back with these horrible memories from junior high, and I'm not appreciative. So Tariq Skubal pitched a hell of a game against the Cubs for being a blind man. And that's all I have to say. He was really good. That might be the best pitcher we faced all year.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like, yes, the Cubs lost that one, and every loss sucks. But, like, you totally get it with that one. Like, the Cubs did a lot of dumb crap during that game. They really did.
Sometimes when someone's on fire, there's no winning some games. Sometimes the guy's just throwing and he got his best stuff and you're not going to hit him.
Yeah.
I mean, we could have won. There were a few ways we could have won. That was frustrating. And this did
couple
make
of almost homers.
almost homers from Suzuki. And somebody else almost hit a homer too.
PCA.
Yeah, PCA.
PCA put one to the wall, which that wouldn't have gone over for sure, but would have been a double, maybe a triple.
The one in the ninth, right? And then but there was also the PCA toot plan, which it wasn't his fault. That was on Queefum and Quentin because
Quentin Berry
he was
buried him. Like that sucked. I was so angry.
Like if you're gonna send him, send him. If you're gonna send PCA and they got to make a perfect throw to get him, he's so fast. He knows how to slide really well. I get that. But to stand in between and make him scramble back to the base, like you're just ready to blow out a tire at that point. He's going so fast coming around.
Also, like, what do you think's the better move, Michael? Like when you're in a tight game and you're struggling to get runs, this pitcher's good. Do you try to play conservative, hoping because you're like any run that gets in is important, so I need to just be careful? Or do you play aggressive because you're like, the only way we're going to fucking do anything is by being aggressive and being crazy, like really trying to push the fucking envelope right now?
Yeah, here's the thing, Lyle. This is a first place team. Let's not worry about it. How about we just play baseball the way baseball's supposed to be played and don't shit your pants because
you're down
by one run.
Do you want the first place team to be aggressive, or do you want them to just keep doing what they're doing and just maybe? Actually, the Cubs are pretty aggressive, and they're pretty great on the base. They're pretty great on the bases.
Yeah, but this is the point. It's like you have no outs. That's coming around.
Yeah,
play it like you would play baseball. So you don't. You're down by one run. You don't necessarily you're not. It's not the ninth inning. Like you don't have to do this right now.
Right.
Hold up and trust the guys who are coming behind him, which.
But it's also PCA. And if there's a guy on this team that you're like, fuck it, let's let him run. Maybe that's the guy. That's all. I guess that's what I was thinking.
They would have done that. That would be fine. It was the in-between and the fact that play was not unfolding in such a way in which you would normally send somebody. I think the reason that he got caught in between is like, well, it's PCA. Oh, wait, he's never going to make it. And let's stop him. And then so he stopped. And then he had to scramble back and was out because he didn't scramble back. And then it ruined the whole inning. And then they got a bunch of hits after that. He would have scored easily and 0 outs. This team, if they do anything, it's hit the ball. Like Queefum and Quentin should know this.
Yeah, any ball
he's gonna
air anywhere.
But he queefed.
You score.
He queefed. He queefed.
But yeah, the big problem there was just not being decisive.
I'm just gonna make queefing sounds with my mouth.
Oh my God!
Michael, can you queef?
No.
On command. Yeah. And then Dominic and I totally agree with this sentiment. Ben Brown matched him as well. Thank you, Dominic Galoro, for writing that in. Great outing by him.
7 innings, great.
More strikeouts. I think he had 7 to Sammy Scoble, the blind skiers, 6.
I mean, honestly, this week we've seen the Cubs have some really impressive outings by a few pitchers. What's his name went? As you can tell, I've been really locked in. What's his name? Went 6 innings. Had a perfect game going into the 6th. Boyd.
Oh yeah, Boyd. Well,
Boyd had that
was
perfect
against the Nationals. Yeah,
against the Nationals. I'm just saying that over this week, we've seen some really good pitching outings by the Cubs.
Now, as we've entered the season and as time has gone on, we've talked about the pitching being the lacking point on this team, and obviously there's been some injuries. Whatever. Obviously, they're fucking lights out right now. Now, do you feel like it's smoke and mirrors and luck, or are you starting to believe? Are you old school Cubs fans where you're like, this isn't going to fucking hold up? This is a disaster waiting to implode, or we might have fucking figured something out. I don't know how. Where you at, Danny?
Well, that made the bitch clock as well. actually, the fact that one of the things is old people remembering collapses like 1984. Like,
Right.
this guy's already, he sees the Tigers and he thinks about 84 and he's like, and everyone's like, this is a preview of the World Series, which a lot of people are saying. I mean, a lot of the podcasters and in the Twitterverse and everybody, they're like, here's our preview. I might even said it on Thursday that this is a possible preview. But, you know, your old school Cub fan is, it's too early to predict all that stuff. But the
All-Star break seems to make a lot of great teams bad teams for some reason.
But the fact that an old school Cub fan would automatically think about a season 40 years ago is ridiculous. Mm-hmm. These kids that are playing weren't even alive. They weren't even, their parents might not have been alive.
I know, but all you fucking old muckalucks talking about it all the time starts getting into their head because they're like, oh no, maybe we are cursed. Maybe this shit is real. Even though they won and it should be over.
The Cubs aren't even playing in the same stadium. They have replaced 100% of that stadium since 40 years ago.
I'm sorry, there's a.
I've replaced 100% of my. What are you setting yourself on fire? What's going on?
There was a spider on my microphone. And he was making a web, and I thought he was going to jump on my face. It was terrifying.
Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies.
Yes.
So I don't know. I'm not going to make those comparisons about 1984. This team, like, it would be the furthest thing from my mind. So I'm not going to do that. I look at this particular.
You feel good. You feel good.
I look at this particular team as. No, I mean, you need Show to.
No. I think this team is great, but no, I don't.
No, absolutely, they're gonna fail soon. No, Shota Imanaga needs to come back. He needs to come back, and he needs to be good.
Is he?
Well, they said mid-June. We're almost there.
Right.
If he doesn't come back, I'll start worrying. It'd be like, they better go get somebody.
What's the latest update? Anyone? Is there is there a date? Is there a week?
We're in a holding pattern. They said mid-June, and we're just waiting.
Okay, it's mid-June, and it's like Tuesday.
It is a
Wednesday,
leg issue
right now.
At least it's a leg issue, and it's not like an arm or an oblique, for God's sake.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I think pitchers, it's the whole fucking thing. Because
here you go. He faced live hitters, so he's moved on from the dead ones.
Okay. Dead hitters, like, underestimated, man. Those guys.
Do they really have to say live hitters? Did they just say show to face hitters?
Hitters.
Yeah, exactly.
Reminds me of George Carlin's bit about pre-boarding.
Right.
Because pre-board the plane. It's like, no, you're either boarding the plane or you're not boarding it. You don't pre-board the plane. Pre-boarding is sitting in the waiting room.
Yeah,
it's what I'm doing
in the terminal. I'm pre-boarding a plane right now, in fact.
Yeah. Do they ever actually have guys stand in the box whose job is not to swing at all?
Yes, I believe that's what.
So that's a dead hitter.
It's just a guy standing there because listen, think about little league pitchers, man. The hardest thing for a little league pitcher to do is not hit somebody. Like as you're getting going, it's like trying to get the ball over the plate. So I think it just brings you back in and tightens up a little bit. So
a little insight from Terry.
But technically, that's not a hitter. You wouldn't even say that's a hitter.
Well, Terry,
but you're implying that you call that guy a dead hitter. I digress because this is a stupid conversation.
Terry E pointed out what a dead hitter may be. He said, so he's not facing Justin Turner anymore?
Right. Well, so you don't have faith. Michael, do you have faith in this pitching staff?
I have faith in this team, the players. I think this
pitching staff.
The offense has been so good that I think it allows this pitching staff to attack the other teams because they're not worried about
fearless.
A lot of times last year, like they knew we're going to have to win 1-0. You know what I mean? This year they're like, no,
it's like that poor fool out in Pittsburgh who's let up fucking like 12 runs over like 9 games and has lost 5 of them or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what the stat is, but it's fucking bad.
And so I think that the offense is giving the pitchers a just that confidence.
Yeah, kind of. But can I say this?
And they're playing over their skis right now. I do think that can
So you don't
that
have
can
to
actually continue as long as
He doesn't believe.
He doesn't
this
believe
happens.
either.
Well, what I don't believe in, this is what
Regression
I
is a
don't believe in,
powerful
and I've said this for years now. The management and the front office, the players have to play better than the management and front office let them, because they constantly do dumb shit to hinder the players on the field with situations, the Quentin thing, right?
Well, guess what? They are, because they seem to believe in each other. They seem to really like each other. It's a likable team. It's first real likable team, I think, in a few years. Like, you're just getting to that place again. So I don't know. I mean, these are your guys. You're going to war with them.
And the dick bumps are back.
Yeah.
And
it's funny how just like the vibes can change so quickly on a team. And I think it was Ian Happ that was talking about it, that they were all on some plane. It must have been Ian Happ, because like I don't know who else I would have heard except for Ian Happ on the compound. So
nobody else talks, right?
Yeah. So, but he was saying that they had some chartered plane. It wasn't chartered. I don't know how it works, but they had a similar wait staff or the stewards on the plane, the flight attendants on the plane, where they also did other teams. And she commented, "You guys are a lot more fun than some of the other teams." Are like, "Oh, what are they like?" And he didn't name the team. He goes, "But they just put their headphones on and nobody talks to each other." Whereas the Cubs, they play cards, they play games together. They, have similar interests as each other. So they paired off in different ways. They've each got a buddy. Everybody's hanging out. And that can show up on
my buddy.
My buddy and me like to climb up a tree. I remember that song.
I know. Danny, that's all Danny wanted for Christmas for like 6 years in a row, and he never got one. He got the generic version. We didn't even have Walmart in the north yet. So
my body. I got
my body.
I must have had the generic one too, because mine never climbed a tree. I'm like up in the tree and I'm yelling at this stupid doll to get up there with me. Never climbed a tree.
Well, let me say this. In the last 11 games, 10 of the last 11, the Cubs have allowed 3 runs or less.
And a lot of that
there's a 6-run game in there. Been not so bad.
A lot of that is figuring out what they're doing in the bullpen. And they've had a little bit of a changeover, partly because of injury, partly because of Genesis Cabrera being available and getting a bunch of innings right now. But it seems to me that they figured out a few things. And I noticed when I looked up the comparative stats between the Cubs and the Phillies, who we face starting tomorrow, that they figured out a lot of the bullpen, because we were at the bottom of the league just ERA wise, like bottom 10. We have skyrocketed to like the 10th position as far as ERA. And you're coming from a pretty low place, because I was like, oh, they're never going to figure this out. And then it seems like they did the last bit of time. They haven't blown any games for a while, knock on wood. Now I said it, I fucked it up. But
see, Danny, this is what I'm talking about, right? And coming into the season, the guys they had in the bullpen who they chose to bring onto this team, and also how they chose to use them, clearly was not correct, right?
Well,
it was
injuries.
bad.
I don't blame him for any of the injuries.
No, Presley, though, being the closer. Like, they just made him the fucking closer, and he's not the guy you can do that with. He might give you a couple of innings, but you cannot put that guy out there with a 1 to 3 run lead. You can't fucking do that. And they made him the closer.
You can. He just has no clean innings that you can hang your hat on, is the issue with him. And you're looking for a Porter Hodge to come back. Hopefully he comes back healthy, but they've been figuring it out at the back end. They've been backfilling. At least I will say this. They've gone and gotten who was available to get some of these innings while these other dudes are on the shelf. So they're winning. So, and like you said, Michael, with the offense putting up so many runs, they have a little bit of that cushion to feel confident to be able, like, I can go right after some of these guys,
See, and that's the thing, like, people, the stat heads love to fucking break down baseball into these very specific numbers and then act as if that number is not dependent on every other fucking thing happening in the world.
Right.
Like
wins and losses for
because
1,000 years.
Yeah. If this team wasn't scoring the way that they are scoring, this pitching staff just wouldn't be as good. They would be scared out there. And that's what we saw last year. That's what we've seen for a few years, and honestly, I felt like those years we had players that could have done this, maybe not to this level, but could have been a lot better. Unfortunately, they just kept doing dumb stuff in the front office and the management positions where they're starting people. That has actually dropped off a little bit, but they still make stupid decisions like not playing Michael Busch literally every day.
Every day, yeah. Well, that made the bitch clock, so we'll wait on that topic because hopefully one of us will get it. Either way, we could talk about it in the second half. But I do want to get to we only did one game.
Let's go to the game where they just mashed every
let's just
ball.
say I got a stat for you guys here is that, this also made the bitch clock, which is too much reliance on the long ball to win. I was like, well, who doesn't rely on the long ball? I mean, it's like everybody wishes they had it. So I'm not going to bitch about relying on hitting home runs.
I think that's disingenuous because I really believe that these Cubs are really great on the base path. They hit situationally pretty well, and I think they're strong offensively. And they have a lot of guys that are hitting home runs right now, but I don't think they're just relying on it. I just think they're constantly putting the pressure on the fielders and the opposing pitching staffs because the way that they move on the bases. So what? They're hitting a lot of home runs. Be grateful.
Lyle, that's seriously a good point. And one thing that I've often thought over the years is teams that aren't necessarily trying to hit every ball over the fence seem to hit a lot more balls over the fence.
They don't need to, and they're more relaxed up there. It feels like this team has confidence. They have swag, as the kids say. Do the kids say that anymore? Is that all
of it? And all the stats beget the other stats.
They got Riz.
Thanks for being here, Dominic. He says this is so much better than Cubs Live on Marquee. I agree because I'm not on Cubs Live on Marquee. I'm on this show, so I enjoy it more. I got this stat for you, and this is just about the home runs. Unsurprisingly, the Cubs are 2-0 when they hit 5 homers, as they did yesterday.
Right,
2-0. I mean, you're going to win a lot of those games. In fact, all of them, all 2 of them. They are 7-0 when hitting 4 homers. That's obvious that that you'll do that too. When you're hitting 3 homers, they're 12-1, so they don't lose those games either.
Rough.
But when you get down to 2 homers, 28-23, still a winning record. 1 homer, 19-21. They are under 500.
Okay. Oh, and zero. Do they have a 0 homer game? How many? Any?
They've lost every single one of them. No, I'm kidding. I didn't write that. Oh, 8-14.
8-14. Okay. Wow. There's that many. 20.
Yeah, 22.
22.
Yeah.
Math. Wow.
We are Gen X. We did not learn math.
No, actually, math. Funny, yeah.
What are you talking about?
I drank a lot last night, everybody. I'm coming from a wedding, and I literally pulled up into the driveway and cracked a beer and said, fuck it. I'm getting through this with a beer in my
Our
body.
teachers always told us, like, you're not going to have a calculator in your pocket all the time. And we were like, yeah, fuck you. This is going to happen. I will carry a calculator just so I don't have to learn math.
So we got
those
the
home
big
runs.
homers.
I did want to
Suzuki 2, PCA 1, Bush 1, and who else? Shaw.
Yeah, Shoddy. Yeah, I love it. And the kids,
Michael, is Suzuki your favorite DH ever?
Fuck no. I hate DH. It's so fucking stupid.
Okay, I'm moving on.
And Tyone was awesome yesterday. 3 hits, 7 innings pitched. So
why didn't they let him go?
how many pitches did he have? Like, I care, but
I don't.
Yeah.
I felt like I thought it seemed silly to pull him out of the game at the moment. So I can't imagine he had a lot, but
yeah. Well, also, what's Detroit thinking? Not playing Javi Baez against Tyone. He's hitting over 500 against him in a lot of at bats. Like, it's not like
I was wondering if he was hurt.
Yeah, I was wondering that too. I wonder if like he's just a little banged up, a little day to day something. I mean, we'll see. Is he in there today?
Amazing.
I think that was in my head. I was like, maybe he's not playing today because he's going to play tomorrow because it's an earlier game. So maybe.
Let me see if he's in there today.
He's an old guy now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in there. He's batting ninth.
Yep. Yeah, he bats lower in the order, and but the defense has just been amazing in center field for most of the year. And then what we saw the other day, ranging over into second baseland, like he went so far, slid, makes a throw while sliding. It was, I don't know. I was impressed. I still love watching Javi Baez.
I know
play baseball.
Is he your favorite ex-Cub, or is it still Rizzo?
Javi will always be my favorite.
Mine
maybe favorite Cub that I've ever watched play. And then
maybe
Andre Dawson is up there, but that's for like a different kind of reason. And then PCA is fast becoming must-watch TV in the same way that Javi did.
It's a damn shame Detroit's so good, because Javi would look good over at third base for the Cubs.
God, that'd be great.
I feel like
be a waste of his skills.
I feel like Rizzo was my favorite running all the way up through the World Series, and then Javi started to come on there and sort of supplanted him. But
it's weird when one of your favorite players is playing against you. That's all I'm saying. He's he's your all-time favorite Cub, and you're just like, I want to root for him too. Yeah. Even though we're playing him.
Yeah.
Oh, I want him to have a good game and the Tigers to lose.
Yeah. That's fair.
And then today, we should get to today and then the Phillies and then take a quick break. But it's Horton versus Flaherty. Cade Horton, the rookie, he's been good. I mean, kind of as advertised. I could see why he was picked first. I mean, he's a bulldog out there. And then Jack Flaherty, the exact opposite, an old man who the Cubs actually should have gotten in the offseason because they could really use that backfill of Jack Flaherty right now, but they let him go to the Detroit, and he's having a decent year. But we've seen the shit out of him here. I've got some stats for against and the Tigers.
You're covering my face. I can't see it.
The looks like the Tigers actually have seen Horton. When did that happen? This can't be right.
No, there's no way. Horton.
This is just their stats. Usually it does against, but it's not doing it. Yeah, I screenshotted this today.
Yeah, if you get too close to the game, it takes away the matchups. See, you've got lineups right now instead of matchups on.
Well, we've seen the crap out of Horton, and they haven't seen. We've seen the crap out of Flaherty, and they haven't seen Horton barely at all.
Advantage, Chicago Cubs.
Agreed.
Okay, here's an interesting thing, right? They had an opener for Ray the other day. That was normally that would have been Brown's start, but then they had the day off, so they backed everybody up a little bit, and they did an opener for Ray, which fine, but I'm a little surprised they haven't done the openers for Brown and now Cade Horton. Like, I don't know. I'm fine with it either way, but it just seemed interesting that they gave Horton and Brown openers earlier, and now they're not doing it at all.
Yeah, I mean, I would be curious to know why Ratface does it. I mean, I really don't know. Like,
what is the decision-making process?
Is it their specific lineup that they're like, oh well, I want them to face all the lefties first, and then we're gonna switch it to a righty or vice versa or whatever their plan is. Maybe it's lineup specific. It'd be interesting to hear him break it down, but I'm not going to sit here and speculate. But it is something.
Why not? That's what we're getting paid to do, or that's what you're getting paid to do.
I mean, I would more be interested in talking about. I would more be talking about, openers. Do they work? Like, I would like to see the overall kind of stats on using an opener. Usually, you do it for somebody who's not that good anyway.
Right.
So how many of those games do you miss, or a bullpen, or he's young, or So I would like to know the stats overall. I'd use it in an opener if you just have a guy faced one time through the order, the top of the lineup, or something like that, getting through the gauntlet and then going through. But all right, we go to Philadelphia. Not an easy place to play. Miguel Esparza here saying they work. They certainly have worked for the Cubs this year. The opener. It seems like it's worked. And I trust Ratface with doing it.
Yep.
With Counsell, because he used to do that stuff all the time with the Brewers, and
Yes,
he knew how to manage a bullpen. Now that he's got his guys in there, it feels like he has a little bit more control. Also, Captain Cubbo here. He says, "Hello, boys, listening in from a barbecue spot in Detroit."
Oh, nice.
Sweet
Cubbo,
Detroit barbecue.
Cubbo, are you going to the game? And if you are, yeah, let us know, because will you be wearing the Captain Cubbo gear?
Yeah. Sometimes he takes a game off and he goes as Clark Kent.
And there's a bar in Detroit called Old Miami. It's a dirty dive bar, little rock and roll venue. If you guys are out there messing around, good place to go. Might be one of my all-time favorite bars in the world. It's just a good, dirty dive bar spot. It's good.
Yeah. I love Detroit.
I love with Danny lived there for a little while when he was in Rent, and I went up and stayed with him for a little bit. I remember it was interesting at the time because it was burnout Detroit. It was insane there. But there was a lot of cool art happening. Remember the guy with the house and the car and everything that had circles painted on it? Tyree, right?
Yeah, Tyree. I'm going to look him up. I actually went and saw him.
That was cool. I remember going to a Subway to get Danny a sandwich because he needed food before he had the show. And I was like, I'll go and get it for you. And there was so much security at the Subway, and it had bulletproof glass in 3 levels of the store. I was like, this is fucking wild. They handed me the sandwich through a little spin window that had it was more secure than a bank. It was insane.
I just dropped a link in the chat for Tyree Guyton. I think that's his name. And a really cool dude. And he would paint all these polka dots on houses and cars. Yeah, he is. He's born in 1955. So what? Okay. So he's actually pretty old now. So he's
71.
No,
69.
69 years old.
69.
Dude, my math is terrible. But 70 this year, right? Is that what you?
Yep, 70 this year. Yeah, he's and I only know that so quickly because my mother was also born in 55. So
got it.
So Phillies, we go there. They're not as good as maybe they were because they are kind of getting old. And Bryce Harper's a little banged up. I don't know if you saw it. I think he went on the IL. They're third, but they still are 10 games over 500 and 3 behind the Mets. And they did beat the Cubs 2-3 at Wrigley, but that was with Bryce Harper playing. I don't think he's going to be playing in this series. And they beat the crap out of Ben Brown. I don't think – well, no, Brown
won't see him.
Brown won't see him. How about Wednesday?
Because he pitched yesterday, right?
Brown pitched Friday against Sammy Scoble, the blind skier.
That's right.
So I think he will see him on game 3, as is Monday through Wednesday, and then he got his butt kicked, so he'll be out there again. But once again, Bryce Harper's not there. But the Phillies are doing terrible right now.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
2-8 in their last 10. They lost
advantage Cubs.
Well, and I don't know, like maybe they right the ship, because they're losing to bad teams. They're losing to Pittsburgh and they're losing to Toronto, and they got swept by the Brewers, which does not help us at all.
No. And
also Aaron Nola has it's funny because you know how you look at the IL and it'll be like sublateral strain or something like that. And it just says right side stiffness. I'm like, that's an old school injury. Yeah. That's what I like to see.
Who's their coach? Bill Belichick?
Yeah, Jesus.
He's got an upper body thing.
Yeah, right side stiffness.
It's like
I
hockey.
Must be on the IL
injury,
every day.
upper body injury. That's it. The guy's lost half his brain. He has an upper body injury.
And Zach Wheeler is on paternity leave, but I think he'll be back, which means we might have to face him.
But he's postpartum, and he's probably like his obliques are probably not as strong as they were for having just delivered a baby. So I'm gonna guess that
he hasn't slept. Completely. He's awake all night.
His Kegel muscles are just blown out.
Yep.
Right now,
like Danny's.
His hamstrings from having his feet up in the stirrups. Oh, they're just all stretched out.
Yeah. That might be advantage him. I don't know.
Exactly. He's just up there with the highest leg kick you ever saw. Well, that's what happens after you give birth. You got all that adrenaline.
Yeah.
Very, very flexible in the hip area. After
Congratulations to Zach. And and they're not really blowing me away with any of their stats.
That baby's
They're
a
like,
Cubs fan. And I should tell him that before the game.
they're the Phillies are 9th best in like pretty much every offensive stat. So they've fallen off there. They do steal some bases though. That's like a lot of your Trey Turner effect. And then you have their ERA, team ERA is bottom in the bottom 10 of the league. So they got a 4.04. Cubs almost half a run better. And their pen is a full run worse than the Cubs pen, bottom of the league. And I mentioned before, the Cubs have rocketed higher. And this is one of those teams that they don't this is like a Darwin Barney team defensively, in that they don't commit errors. They have committed the fewest amount of errors in the league, but they are way down there in terms of defensive efficiency ratio. So they are just not getting 2 baseballs to try to field them.
There's a lot of defensive indifference. Just like, no way I'm getting to that one.
I got right side stiffness. I'm not going for that one.
Yeah,
So what you're trying to tell me is that the Nationals are more like their pen is a Bic and the Cubs are like a Mont Blanc.
You're talking about Phillies.
Yeah. What did I say?
The Nationals.
Jesus Christ. You know why? Because we're talking about Bryce Harper, and I still can't fucking remember that he's not on Washington.
I was going to give you
in my head every time I see him, I'm like, fuck, he's been playing for Philly for 10 years now? But I just think
exactly
because the colors are close to the same, and I always think that he's in Washington. I always forget that.
Are you colorblind? How are the Phillies and the Nationals colors close to the same?
They're both red. Come on.
The Nationals are blue.
What?
They got red in
Are
there.
you colorblind? What the fuck? That is the wildest thing I've ever heard.
They're red, white, and blue. They got red.
Michael, can you put? I can't put anything on the screens because Danny won't teach me how to use this fucking app. So
they're blue, white, and red.
Oh my
The
god!
Phillies are completely red. They barely have blue in them unless they're wearing their powdered ones from 1985,
which is
look like
one of the
pajamas.
best uniforms all time.
Sure, if you're going to sleep in your jammies.
Danny, I don't know what you're talking about, man. The W for the Washington Nationals is just red. It's just a red W, and
the hat is
red.
blue.
Like,
if you had a red W on a red hat, Cubs freaking is a red.
Them damn kids.
It's a blue hat.
You're like Yosemite Sam. What the fuck happened to you?
they do have both blue and red optional uniforms, but their home uniform is white with red, like with a little tiny bit of blue on it.
No, but they have. I would think of them as. I think of the Phillies as a red
Nobody thinks of
team.
them as a blue team, Danny.
Well, nobody
except for you.
thinks of them as a red team either.
Yeah, no, everyone does.
Right.
Literally everyone.
I digress. Danny is wrong, but he can't say it, so we're just going to move on.
Where's
everybody?
Wait, what do the comments say?
Quit.
Nothing. Nobody wants to get in on this because they're like, these guys
Nobody
are
has an opinion.
idiots.
Right, everybody just tuned out. Like,
Oh shit! The game
they
is in
clearly
15
can't
minutes.
see.
All right. So, all right. Here's who we got going. It looks like Matthew Boyd versus a rookie, Mick Abel. I don't know if they're gonna send him down.
Boyd looked good last time.
Boyd has been a real surprise, and
yes. Oil
Boyd
can
coming
Boyd,
off
man.
of a great outing.
He's got to be 60, right? Oil can Boyd at this point.
Yeah.
Still got it though.
Still got it.
Colin Ray. Maybe they'll have an opener. Maybe not. We'll find out. That'll be probably the next game, and he's going up against the Jesus Lizard, Jesus Luzardo.
Yes.
And then Five Finger Brown versus old Blue Team National Joe Ross. When he used to be, and they got a couple. See, they even got old pitchers, like except for Mick Abel, who's a rookie. But Jesus Luzardo, he's from the Marlins, so he's sloppy seconds. Joe Ross, he's way sloppy seconds. He's been on the Nationals since 1973, and he probably at this point he's so old he probably owns like some furniture stores in the freaking DC area,
in the DC
the Roanoke, in the Chesapeake region. So Still back from his DC days. So anyway, that's what's going on. Do you have a silhouette, or can we just go to commercial?
I do have a silhouette.
All
we'll
right,
just
cool.
jump in quick.
We gotta jump in, and then we'll come back and do a bitch clock, and then it's game time.
There it is. If you have any ideas, put it in the chat.
That's an
Look at that
83
hair.
tops.
Yeah.
83
nice.
tops.
How did you know that?
The years we collected.
Yeah. Anything between the years 1981 and 1988, I'm going.
Yeah, same.
I mean,
same.
this is very
And
distinctive.
tops. I had a couple Donruss, but tops. It was tops for me.
Yeah, this
Tops
is very distinctive with the batting stance, but then there's a little circle that is where the face is that I had to block out. But yeah, it's absolutely an 83 tops.
Good choice using blue face.
So guess who this is, and then we'll come back and we'll each take a spin of the bitch clock. We'll be right back. Join us on Patreon, patreon.com/bleacherbunch.
The Bleacher Bunch brings you great shows like Son Ranto, Cubs PS Plus, Bricks Behind the Ivy, Cuppa Cubby Blue, and Baseball Rabbit Hole. But you could be getting so much more when you subscribe to our Patreon page for as little as $1 a month at patreon.com/bleacherbunch. Get access to our exclusive daily show Cubs Pod, where we recap every single game. Plus, be the first to hear Cubs music, get early access to events, and receive an invitation to join our Discord Cubs community, where fans just like you show up every day to rant and rave about our beloved boys in blue. Most importantly, 10% of your Patreon pledge will go directly to help the Lost Boys Youth Baseball program. So join us. There are perks at every level, like the Renter Calendar, absolutely free, and name recognition for you or your business. We are independent Cubs podcasters, and we need your support. Otherwise, we'll quit. Seriously, we'll all quit. Some of us might even die from your lack of support. In fact, the cutest little puppy you've ever seen will die if you don't support the Bleacher Bunch at patreon.com/bleacherbunch. We promise to spend all the Patreon money on tickets and beer and all the dog crap we have to buy just to keep our podcast rolling. So give us your money, and we'll waste it far better than you will. Patreon.com/bleacherbunch. Free trials are available, but don't do a free trial. Just join, okay? Okay. Patreon.com/bleacherbunch.
In the clutch, in the clutch. Buy t-shirts from In the Clutch. Take it from the Bleacher Bunch. You'll love the shirts from In the Clutch.
In the Clutch shirts are comfortable, stylish, and guaranteed to get you laid. Plus, they're proud sponsors of the Bleacher Bunch. Use promo code BleacherBunch for 10% off your purchase.
Nice to feel and soft to touch. That's why you will get laid so much. Wearing a shirt from In the Clutch. And you can thank the Bleacher Bunch.
In the Clutch, in the Clutch. Buy t-shirts from In the Clutch. Remember the code Bleacher Bunch. Save 10% at In the Clutch. In the Clutch, in the Clutch.
In the Clutch shirts actually not really guaranteed to get you laid.
Hey, Michael, can I make a blind guess? I know this team pretty well.
You
because
can, Mr. Scoble. Go for it.
when I first became friends with Danny, like this era Cubs is obviously like his fucking favorite, or was his favorite probably before the World Series group. But I think he really liked this guy because Danny was a fat little catcher on a wiffle ball team, and I think that might be Jody Davis.
It is Jody
Yeah! I saw that.
Jody,
Yeah,
Jody.
I thought it was him or Sandberg, but I was like, that doesn't look like Sandberg's stance, right?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, Rogue Wave Creative was the first in with
Yes.
with Dawson, but then Danny said what year it was and realized that they weren't. But Terry E got the first Jody Davis. Dominic Galoro had Jody Davis as well. So, and then there was Josh D had Rhino also.
Top
with the
three
Rhino.
favorite Cubs catchers ever, Danny?
Oh, yeah. And now that I've gotten to party with Jody a little bit, like it's even more exciting. You know, like he's such a nice guy, too. He likes to party. He's like a good old country boy. I don't think we have a lot in common. but
You like the man. You like the man, and he was a childhood hero. So it's pretty cool to get to know somebody like
he's
that.
a big mook, and it's kind of neat to know him. Yeah. So
Yeah, it was amazing. Like Jody Davis is one of my first Cubs memories. I remember being at the game and everybody chanting Jody, Jody, Jody. Right? And it was
He was a big Cubs crush too. Women my age living in Chicago so long, they're like, I love Jody Davis. Like all the girls in school loved Rhino, but I love Jody Davis. And I was like, that's funny.
But I was totally like, I totally thought like, oh, Jody Davis is this like massive power hitter. I think he hit like 15 home runs or something. Like, but back then, that was like a massive catcher power hitter.
Yeah.
For a catcher, that's big.
Yeah. But it was
Rich Gedman was my guy from that era on the Red Sox, and they reminded me of each other. Except Rich Gedman had the craziest swing.
And he batted like 192. Rogue Wave Creative said Harry's Jody song was awesome. My dad used to always sing it. Jody Davis. I mean, which is basically
Davy Crockett. Yeah. Wild Frontier.
So
Danny has a great you have a great song as well about Jody Davis, and it's
Jive and Jody.
And it's Steve Stone. You use a drop from Steve Stone where they talk about how he says, oh, and they chant Jody. Like, yeah, that's a great song.
I will upload it, and I will end today's show with this song, Jive and Jody. If I can find it. Oh, yeah, there it is.
And I will say I went with Jody because when I was at the game on Memorial Day, I saw somebody who had a Jody Davis jersey on, and I was just like, that's awesome.
I unfortunately cannot upload it because it's too large of a file. So,
then just delete it.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna delete it and kill myself. So
we got to get to that, sir, and just make it happen. Seriously, like get it up there on the tube of you.
Yeah, I'll put it up. So all right, we got these bitch clock that were cut. These are
$24.83, Michael.
This is letting everybody know that it does pay to complain. Okay. These were on the bitch clock from a few weeks ago. They are no longer on the bitch clock. First one is no Ranterfest date. There is now a Ranterfest date. It is August 2nd, and people are already buying tickets, so that's been handled. Go to sonranto.com/Ranterfest. Get yourself some tickets. Cubs not getting woo-woo to Wrigley. That is also cut only because he can't go to Wrigley, and it's not his fault. But we're going to try to get him there eventually. We're making plans to get him to Wrigley, but it's going to take a few things like being able to oxygen.
A lifetime of bad choices. It's his fault. No, I'm kidding.
You're not wrong.
I'm just trying to be straight with you because I would say the same thing about myself. I'm right behind you, buddy.
Third base was a topic before because we had Gage Workman and John Birdie and Justin Turner playing over there.
Hey, glue guy, though. Stop ripping on Justin Turner. He is a glue guy. Everybody on that team loves him. Turner. He's the glue guy. He's the one that makes that team fun.
I don't think so. I don't know. I think PCA makes him fun. And
not to watch. I'm saying for the players. I'm not talking to watch baseball. This is non-baseball. This is them as a group of guys hanging out together, and becoming a team and becoming friends.
Do not forget, leprechauns are lucky.
Yes.
Leprechauns are lucky. I mean, maybe that's what the $6 million is paying for.
One of the topics that got cut is Weather Not So Merry. That was about Julia Merriweather. Cut off the team.
Absolutely cut.
The White Sox Twitter, well, we don't have to deal with them.
Nobody pays attention to that anymore. Yeah.
Boog Shoegasms. Cut. He hasn't been around. Alex Cohen's doing the games. I don't know what's wrong with Boog. I hope he's okay, but I don't mind that he's not doing the show.
Right. I hope he's not ill or something health-wise, but I am way happier with Cohen being there.
Yeah. So what we do have now, though, and let me
some new bitches to bitch about.
Yeah, because there's always something. It's always something with you people. All right, where is it? Oh, here we go. Can you see this? All right.
Can you see the love tonight?
So no PCA. These are leftovers from before. No PCA extension, no Kyle Tucker extension. Don't hold your breath either, everybody. And then you have Turner versus Bush starts. I think we know what that means. Just Turner versus Bush, period. I'm just going to get rid of starts. Lineup construction, I think that is kind of the same thing in a way. Too much reliance on the long ball. We talked about that already. Old people remembering collapses like 84. We talked about that. AI and advanced stats. Guess who that comes from?
To be fair, Danny, I think the collapse was 85. 84, they won the East.
Well, no, then they collapsed against the Padres.
Yeah, that was the Padres.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I don't know.
I mean, it started in 84. Yeah, 85, their whole pitching staff got hurt. AI and advanced stats, that obviously from Boomer.
That's why you got to go for it when you get a chance. And, I see people posting things, on Twitter and on Reddit and even on here, like, go out, get Chris Sale, go out, get fucking, I can't remember the dude's name from Pittsburgh. Why is that?
Skeens?
He's not available.
No, dude, why isn't he? That team sucks. Like, they got to do that guy a favor. Like, he literally. Wait, I gotta find the stat.
It's the only guy that sells
18
tickets.
runs in 9 games, and he's won 2 of them or something like that.
Yeah,
it's fucking insane. The poor
he's
guy's
the only guy selling
jobs.
tickets.
Who cares? Like, they're not doing anything to help him out. Get him the fuck out of there. But there is top-notch pitching that is fucking available out there. It could be available. I mean,
it will be.
The Red Sox looks like they're going to be sellers, but I don't know if you want any of that fucking garbage.
It's just not available yet.
Zach Allen.
This is it, though. It's starting right now, and they need to start the conversations and having the talks. And what they do, they get one of these pitchers, and then they also extend one of these guys, and then there's some fucking hope in fucking Wrigleyville.
Well, there's hope already just from playing.
Let me bitch. Give me something to bitch about. I'm ready. I'm fucking angry right now.
Well, there's a couple more things. Third base coaches costing us runs. We talked about that. Oh, Justin Turner's in there twice. That does not remind me. Surprise me. I'll take him out at least one time. Doug Eddings and his game the other day behind the plate. And Chris Salato said a packed stadium that looks empty on TV, which is those are those people that get in the first row and then they go sit and eat buffet.
Danny, I mean, I think you know this. You might even still been in New York at the time, maybe not. When they built the new Yankee Stadium, that was the biggest bitch. They're like, this place is sold out. And when you watch it on TV, even in the playoffs, those first 6 rows behind home plate were empty all the fucking time.
Yeah, looks like nobody's there. And just to show you Doug Eddings' game the other day, 92% accuracy and consistency, and an 80% called strike accuracy. 1 out of 5 pitches, 8 of 40 called strikes were balls. Doug Eddings, how old is that guy? Because the answer is too old to see. So anyway,
there's only one answer. So let's go. Give me this.
All right. I need
to spin the clock.
Okay. All right. Hold on. I got to get back to it. I haven't done this in a
while. And I'll tell you who's on it. Why can't you?
It's going round. It's going round.
All right. Round and round we go. Where it stops, nobody knows.
Yeah. No PCA extension.
You know what? I'm going to take this.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to hold on. I got to get the pitch clock going. And then here we go.
Clock, you have 30 seconds to pitch.
Listen, there's a lot of love and a lot of faith in Wrigleyville right now, and a lot of it's right there at on the fucking coattails of Mr. PCA, and I think it's time to make it happen. What else has this guy got to do? He decided not to extend so he could prove himself and earn a better contract. Just fucking give it to him. Even if you get, you know what I mean? Like, at some point, a guy's so good and does so much, and you can see so much promise. Just fucking do it. Extend the motherfucker. Get him now. You're still going to save a little money because contracts are just going to keep going up. Sign this guy. He should be a Cub for life.
Yep. This is the Bryce Harper of this era. Like,
maybe
contract.
Yeah, maybe.
But that contract that they said was too expensive back then isn't
they fucked
anymore.
Themselves. They fucked themselves.
And so give him the money now, because in whatever 7 or 8 years, 10 years, it's not going to be an insane contract.
Yeah, and what they're going to do is they're going to do some little buyout of 2 more years, and they'll be like, you'll still be 28 when it's done, and they'll do some dumb shit like they did with Nico.
All right, spin that clock. First pitch is coming. Let's go.
All right, Cotton, it's your turn. I'll go last.
All right, let's see what are we going to get here.
Okay, can you see this or no?
No,
I cannot.
Right. All right, hold on. I got to remove that and then put this. All right, here we go.
This is fucking painful.
I know. Tell me about it. I'm the one that's got
technology. And
exactly.
you're 10 times better at it than me.
Ooh, third base coaches costing runs. All right. Are you ready, Michael?
I'm ready.
All right.
Pitch clock. You have 30 seconds to pitch.
Now, everybody's talking about Quentin Berry fucking this all up for him by waving PCA in and then stopping him right after he went back and he got out. But look, it goes way beyond that. The fucking contact play. That's your third base coach. Why are you fucking sending people constantly when the third base coach needs to tell the runner they're playing up? They are playing for that contact play. Do not do it. Look, they need to just be better at getting guys from third to home, and that's on the fucking third base coach. Do better.
Yeah, you're right, Michael. And guess what? How about just giving them the information he needs? These guys are good. They're professional baseball players. That kid's fucking fire on the base paths. Just let him know you got a chance. It's up to you. Fucking let him know if he has to stop and do nothing otherwise. Let him take the chance if he needs to.
He shit his
Let him know
pants.
if he has to stop, and he shit his pants.
Your job as third base coach, and what fucked up Quentin Berry there is to be decisive so that the runner has the information he needs.
Yep. Let her rip, Danny.
I'm removing the two that we did, so we don't have to do them again unless they pop back up, which I don't think they will because we're complaining about them. So
right, that's how we fix things here.
It's true. So here we go. I'm giving it a spin. Round and round she goes. Where the wheel of bitching nobody knows. Too much reliance on the long ball. Too much reliance.
Oh, this is going to be interesting because I think we talked about this a little bit earlier. I'm not 100% sure we're relying on it too much.
Michael, it's not your clock. Shut the fuck up.
Pitch clock. You have 30 seconds to pitch.
I think in general, since basically Babe Ruth came into the game, that there's been too much reliance on the long ball. It is the most boring play in professional sports. Now, the only fun part is when the guy hits the ball 400 feet, but that's just a brief momentary time. And then you spend 1 minute or more watching some dude jog slowly around the base paths while everybody high-fives each other in the stands. Well, that is fun. It is not great sports.
We need to speed up the game. When they hit a home run, they should not have to run the bases. You heard it here.
Yes.
Let's go. Let's get this fucking thing moving.
We've gotten rid of the intentional walk, and now we're going to do don't run around the
automatic.
bases.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Oh, my God. Do you smell that?
Oh, fuck.
Cubs are such cute little critters, and they poop in the woods, not to the shitter. After sweeping the Phillies, they'll look pretty silly when they lose 3 of 4 against Pittsburgh. Surprised ya?
Did he surprise us?
What a dick. He's such a dick. He's such a fucking negative Nelly.
There's nothing Cubstradamus could do that could surprise me. But losing 3 of 4 to the Pittsburgh at home would surprise me, and sweeping the Phillies. So basically his entire prediction would surprise me.
There is one out.
In the game?
Game.
Yeah. All right. Well, then let's wrap this up. First of all, Ranterfest is happening. I'm going to drop a couple of links in the chat. The first one is for Partiful, and that is just a place where I'm just going to be kind of posting about what's going on and, any of the plans that are made. We're going to be at Almost Home before the game on August 2nd. We're going to be at Output Lounge after the game. You can go to the game in between. You can hang out with us at one of those two places. You can go to Ball Hawk Corner and hang out if that's something that people want to do. And so I'm just kind of leaving it up to everybody what they want to do in the game because the group tickets were quite expensive and just kind of stupid to buy.
Yeah.
So you'll get a better seat if you don't sit in a giant group where they put you in a corner behind a pole is all I'm saying. So I'm looking out for everybody with that as much as I'd love to see the game with y'all. So I'm also dropping a Facebook link in the chat, and that is also where you can find the exact same information in Partiful. You can join the Facebook event. And I'm also dropping this link in the chat, which is where you can get tickets, sonranto.com/ranterfest. So,
and Danny, you should get your tickets for the game and tell everybody where you're sitting. That
I
way,
don't
if
think
people want to sit close by.
I don't think I'm going to go to the game. I think
you're gonna sit out at Ball Hall Corner.
Yeah, I think, and I'll probably have to set up at the two different places and we've got a couple comedians already booked. Joe Kilgallen's booked.
Oh, can I do 5 minutes
after the game? Also, Billy DeVore's going to come in from Cincinnati, and he's booked for it as well. We're still working on Eric Wheelo. He's not sure what his schedule is, and I think Ken Schultz might be one of the performers as well. So, anyway,
I got 5 minutes on Tommy LaStella.
All right, are you coming?
I gotta call you. I'm trying to work it out. I'm supposed to maybe be there. It's a long story. We'll get to it.
I would love for you to be a part of it. But also, I have just recently joined on with a group that I used to work with called Possibility Project, and I am helping them fundraise. And they just kind of have a bunch of their supporters go out and reach out to people they know to support Possibility Project. So the link is classy.org. I just dropped the link in the chat. I'm trying to raise $100, just very low bar to hit, I think. So this is a great program. I worked for them for 5 years writing musicals with kids in New York City and about their lives. They have a whole foster care program, which I know has made a huge difference in people's lives. They made a film. I made a film with them years and years ago called, what's the name of that film?
Find it, link it, because it's out there. I think it's on YouTube, Danny.
Yeah. Danny, drop it, and we can put this in our charitable links in the Discord as well. If you're wondering where to find it, go to the charitable causes section of the Discord. Yeah.
So I'm, just look them up. They're out of New York City. I've tried to get them to open up a chapter here, but they can't get the money. So give them money, and maybe I'll work for them here. And then what else? Oh, yeah, that's it. Happy birthday to Corey Furlong. It was yesterday.
Hey, happy birthday, Corey.
And as I mentioned before, today is Billy DeVore's birthday, so happy birthday to him. I'm looking at my calendar here. Tomorrow is Patricia Hoffman, and next Friday is Jeremiah Paprocki, who's the public address announcer at Wrigley. So
the Cubs are
everybody.
Right now.
It is the first, sir.
It's the middle of the first, sir.
Oh, my God. So Kate Horton's about to take the mound, and we're about to take off. So I'd like to thank all our Patreon supporters. Support us at patreon.com/Bleacher Bunch, especially Blake Beard, Rogue Wave Creative, and all the great shows on the Bleacher Bunch podcast, especially Mike Waller and the Cubs PS Plus podcast. And, of course, Bricks Behind the Ivy. Oh, my God. Total brain fart. And Cubs PS Plus, already said that one. What's me and
Baseball Rabbit Hole.
Baseball Rabbit Hole. Cup of Cubby Blue. I lost my place in the script, and now I'm just kidding myself. Yeah. Anyway, Cubs Pod. That's the most important one.
And take your covers off your mound tonight, because tomorrow's 6-9.
Nice. Happy 6-9 to everybody. Review, like this show on your way out the door. And anything else? Buddy, have anything else to add?
We got it, bro.
Oh,
nope, all good.
We forgot
Chance in the chat, you dummy.
Chance in the chat. It's your last chance to get into the chance, and I'm just going to pick it. Boom. If you're not in by now, you ain't ever going to.
I like Danny put in the stop bitching. We're picking it. You can't see it.
Oh.
All three of us can see it. It's Joey Waltz. So Danny can't be cheating.
I'll put it up. Joey Waltz, congratulations.
I had 3 beers during that hour show.
It was actually,
the shampoo effect is taking effect.
There's the winner.
It was actually Bill Sugas before we changed it to Joey Waltz.
Well, Bill, you got screwed.
So congratulations, Bill. I mean, Joey. All right. Go watch the Cubs game. Happy Sunday, everybody. Thanks for being here. And Spagog.
Spagog!
Cubs, Cubs, Cubs. Cubs, Cubs, Cubs. Cubs, Cubs. out to the park and have some fun. Cubs are gonna score a bunch of runs. Come and see them play, I know we're gonna win the game at Wrigley. Watch them every day when they're away. Every double play, home run and save. We bleed Cubby blue and we've been doing it all our lives at Wrigley. All you need is Cubs. All you need is Cubs. All you need is Cubs. Cubs. Cubs is all you need. Cubs, Cubs, Cubs. Cubs, Cubs, Cubs. Cubs, Cubs, Cubs. All you need is Cubs. All you need is Cubs. All you need is Cubs. Cubs. Cubs is all you need. Cubs, Cubs, Cubs. Cubs, Cubs, Cubs. Cubs, Cubs, Cubs. We're singing Go Cubs Go when they're at home. Follow them when they go on the road. One day we will see the Cubs win the World Series at Wrigley. All you need is Cubs. All you need is Cubs. All you need is Cubs. Cubs. Cubs is all you need. 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 All you need is Cubs. And maybe some food. Probably you some food. And water. And the air to breathe. And the Cubs.